Day 2 in Philadelphia. We are doing the big bus, double-decker bus tour today. Look at this guy. He's ready to go. You ready to go? Hey, you ready to ride a bus? What was that? All right, Day 2 Philly, baby. We're going to go and snack at Reading Terminal Market, and then we're going to ride the double-decker bus tour. Anybody been on a double-decker open-top bus before? Not I. Here's the breakfast. It's 1,000 degrees in here. Cheers. Cheers. My man's going with a bagel today. It's pretty much the same spread we had yesterday, minus the pancake maker. There's the pre-Reading Terminal spread this morning. That's how close we are to the market. Right across the street from the hotel we're staying in. Man, that market is cool. It's cool. But I'm really excited about hopping on those buses today and checking out Philly from the double-decker. Milo's been really chill the whole trip, but this morning he wasn't having it, were you, buddy? He wasn't having it. There's Bassett's Ice Cream. That's the oldest ice cream manufacturer in America, right there. Oh my!
Welcome to my house.
Chris lives here.
Where do we even begin? Can we go this way?
You want to know how that's going? No.
There was a surplus of bagels and they had them on the counter and then I just crawled out of it. And that's why they call me the bagel boy.
He crawled out of the bagels.
Did you see the meat going?
Heck yeah.
They got eggs. They got the
I would
Havarti.
eat handfuls of this meat.
Oh my.
Hey, there's your German bologna.
Look at that rare roast beef.
Do you see this? It's Avatar. They got buffalo chickens.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be healthy. I'm about to get the wrong
Sky buffalo. Scrapple. We're just looking. Thank you, brother. We'll be back.
Miller Square.
This is a grown-ups. This is a grown-ups playground. Be natural. Look at this herbiary. This is Rissa's type of store right here. Oh, Rissa. The Wild Wisdom Companion. They have dragon eggs for sale, real ones? Oh my gosh. I think I just found my first purchase at Reading Terminal. It's a creme brulee bar. I mean, come on. Look at that guy back there in the back. I guess. Which one is it? This one?
That looks delicious.
Wow.
Love the market, man. All right, we're good, we're good. Sparrows. You know what I mean?
Bro, I got a soft pretzel and cheese. The soft pretzel.
Oh, it's hiding. You could.
Dealers.
Dealer's donuts. You gonna let me have one?
Remember Conrad Dealer? Daddy's friend? Yeah.
Okay. Another straight cookie dough.
That's a good texture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with
Oh, I don't even like pretzels. That's delicious.
I love pretzels.
Mmm. Mmm. Ready? Hold on. Oh, dang. It's like a whole thing in the middle. Yeah. It's piping.
That's stupid good.
10 out of 10 good.
Oh my word.
That is the best pretzel thing
You
I've
tried
ever
the
had.
pretzel, baby? I'm serious. That's just like...
It's called Annie.
I haven't had them all. In fact, this is the only one I've had. But this might be the best thing in Sherman.
Cinnamon honey.
We got to try Bassett's. It's the oldest ice cream place in America. All right, we'll sample some s'mores and some peanut butter. She'll tear that up.
Try the matcha.
Here at Bassett's Ice Cream, the oldest ice cream parlor in the U.S. It was opened by my great-great-great-grandfather in 1861. Well, the company was started in 1861. This counter we opened up 1892.
That's awesome. Peanut butter and s'mores. This was their recommendation. What do you say? Great-great-great-grandfather?
Yep.
The s'mores is amazing. And peanut butter was his personal recommendation.
Philly cheesesteak pretzel about in the pool.
Oh, I get half?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, we're done.
You ready for this?
Yes, fire away. It's the best Philly cheesesteak you've ever had.
No, but it's very good.
I haven't had a lot of Philly cheesesteaks. That's the best pretzel Philly
That's gotta be
cheesesteak
the
I've ever
best
had.
pretzel Philly cheesesteak in town. But probably the best one you've ever had. Just wait.
That's pretty amazing. Woo! Wow, try to swallow that too fast.
Nothing like eating Philadelphia cream cheese in Philadelphia, home of the bald eagle. It's where American eagles are made. It's where the American dream comes true. This is the Eagles.
Cheers to Philly.
Cheers to Philly and the Philadelphia cream cheese gang. Philadelphia cheese cream. Make Eagles here, baby.
We have the Big Bus Philly tour going on today. There's the gentleman that accosted Chris and I last night. Told us he needed to work us out.
I'm not gonna get into heaven with my belly.
That's what he said, but the guy got a belly, so yeah.
Getting people on and out here at the Reading Terminal Market. Behind the Hard Rock, you can see a historic clock here from back when Reading Terminal was at the same fair price on all of their goods. Wanamaker is famous for allegedly having put on the left up on the horse Civil War General George McClellan, who fought in the famous Battle of Antietam. And on the right, this moderate sculpture is Government for the People by Jacques Lipschitz. And it represents people working together from the bottom up to support a healthy democracy. Coming up, a park came out and rode around on his skateboard for a bit to protest. He was straight ahead of us. On our right is the suburban station building for the Pennsylvania Railroad. I'm in Israel. We just put here to be outside of the Holocaust Memorial Plaza, one of the oldest Holocaust memorials built anywhere in the world. The Golden Cross, that is the Cathedral Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul, the center of Catholic life in Philadelphia, and any arid rocks. Straight ahead of us here, the beautiful fountain is the Swan Memorial Fountain in Logan Circle. We can make a stop here if anybody's interested. Son of the artist who made the sculptures we
Logan
saw at
Circle.
City Hall. Historically, Logan Circle was originally Logan's. When the Ben Franklin Parkway was built around it in more recent times. Of course, but back in the 18th century, many public lending libraries actually used to cost money. And so that is why the free library got its name. They were distinguished by being one of the few totally free libraries, which of course, he's wondering where he put his clothes. That is not true, of course. The thinker is part of a larger sculpture on display here called the Gates of Hell. He's contemplating the fate of sinners in the underworld being tortured. He hid inside of the beautiful mansion. He wanted to be a rich playboy and hang out in his mansion instead of fighting. Eventually, of course, Bergdahl was found and he was arrested and imprisoned. He eventually managed to weasel his way out. Sixth Sense by M. Night Shyamalan. He grew up here in Philadelphia and uses a lot of famous Philadelphia buildings for filming locations for his movies. So that is very cool. Might be why some of our other buildings might look Eastern State Penitentiary today. Eastern State Penitentiary is our next stop. Eastern State. History of prisons, the different philosophies surrounding what prisons could be or should be, perhaps. And you can learn about the history of people who were incarcerated here and how to do their time. The most famous inmate in Eastern State was Al Capone. You can see a replica in State because he mauled the Pennsylvania state governor's cat. But that is probably not true. Very beautiful around the statue of Pep, right over there. Right in their collection. If you look at the top of the golden crown of the building here, you can see different animals are sculpted there. There's owls, which represent wisdom, and of course save their food for the winter to come. Good metaphor for the insurance business. On our right, Eastern State. Yeah. People getting off? Okay, great. We're going to be letting out. Damn it. We're going to be letting some people off here in Eastern State. It's always tricky, you know? You have to turn around and look and see who's saying things, and sometimes you get hit. Oh well. So this is the historic prison in Philadelphia. Eastern State, valuable than gold. The statue of Joan of Arc represents the friendship between France and America. During the so that is why our relationship with France is so important to us here at the Art Museum. And they have a great gallery of 20th century modern art by some of the famous artists of that period, like Man Ray and creatures up there. They are not gargoyles, but rather they are griffins, a mythical creature since ancient times associated with guardianship and protection. The griffins help to literally protect the museum because they support the main hall. He did this because he was worried that funding might be cut to his project while it was still under construction, and he wanted to make sure.
All right, we got seats together on top of the bus, but it was a feat. It was a feat. We were crammed down in the bottom at first, but we're in front of the rocky steps right now. Look at Chris.
Work of art at the Art Museum, which is not inside but rather outside. The famous. You can see there are quite a few people here all around the statue. That is actually why the statue had to be moved. Museum. We're going to see have some ads between the columns here. During the 19th century, who was famous for her intimate scenes of domestic life. And of course we can see some people are giving it a go, running up the steps just like Rocky. You'll see that pretty much every day here. It's actually a gentleman's agreement in Philadelphia that nobody would build anything taller than the brim. As architecture and science moved forward. However, something very bad happened as soon as they built something taller than City Hall, which is how all these sports teams in Philadelphia. They're going to be building something here called Calder Gardens, an attraction dedicated to Sandy Calder, the youngest member of the Calder family of sculptors, son of the artist who made the beautiful fountain, and the grandson of the artist who made the sculpture. Was a moderate abstract sculptor working in the 20th century. If you don't want to wait, the exhibit also includes an open Lego brick plate area for the children. Coming up here is our stop for the Franklin Institute. Franklin Institute today. Franklin Institute, this stop. I think we have some people on the lower. We get great views up here. It's really great. You really get a great look at the architecture. You can see the buildings from the great buildings in Philadelphia. Sometimes called the City of Girls. You keep an eye out for those as you explore. Beautiful.
Wow.
On our right,
the tree.
Some train tracks. Sometimes we can see a train coming or going from the station here. Doesn't look like we can see any at this particular minute. Too bad. Anyway, the train tracks here lead to 30. Oh, here comes one. Here comes a train coming right around the corner. Man, just our luck. Terrific. So that train is coming from the 30th Street Station, which is one of our major hubs of our public transit system here in Philadelphia, which is called SEPTA, the Southeast Pennsylvania Transit Authority. Philadelphia is actually one of the most walkable and transit-friendly cities in the United States, so it is a great chance to get a chance to skip your car, skip paying for parking, driving in the Amtrak train that will take you to other major American cities like Chicago, New York, and Boston. Straight ahead of us here is Shops at Liberty Place.
Hey, guy. He's smiling.
Or the Shops at Liberty Place. Buy a ticket and go and check out Dr. Mucher's marbles on display. Some of the famous exhibits there include the soap lady who became mummified and turned into soap, skeletons from the circus, slices of Albert Einstein's brain, which was cut apart into little pieces to try and figure out why he was so smart. Not a very smart move on their part, though. They didn't learn much. A big cabinet of skulls from all over the world, which they collected to figure out what made different groups of people different from each other. And, of course, the mega colon, massive colon tumors, as well as a mask of a woman who had a horn grow from her
She's talking about
head.
some weird stuff right
So
now.
those are some of the things you will find at the Mutter Museum, should you dare to enter.
Let's not dare.
That is Mutter with an umlaut on the U, by the way. That's City Hall. The area out in front of City Hall here is called Dilworth Street, America's independence from Britain, which of
Where's
course
the
happened in
clothespin?
1776, right here in Philadelphia,
Where?
of course.
Oh, giant
These
clothes.
big glass arcs you can see in Dilworth Park are covering over stairs
Hall right there?
go down into the underground
Here's
train
Roof Hall.
station beneath City Hall. Besides 30th Street, this is the other major hub where almost all of our major forms of public transit all meet underneath the beautiful City Hall building. As we transit system forever, Octavius Valentine Cato, black civil rights reformer in the 19th century.
Art Deco.
Cato helped to desegregate the
Did you
trolley system.
hear her say that this is one of the largest mason
Behind it,
buildings in the
look like
world? It has no
trolley.
metal to help it
He's
stay
walking
together.
towards the ballot box, going to go and cast his vote, and that is because he was a strong proponent of the right for black men to be able to vote in America. The only person whose funeral had more public mourners coming to pay respects was Abraham Lincoln himself.
And then one guy did every piece of artwork.
But it's known as Broad Street because, as you can see, it is extra wide to accommodate the extra traffic. It even has a little extra sidewalk section here in the middle. Sometimes you see people walking here, but it's mostly popular. Who was the CEO of the Jones Floating Company, who of
Was
course
Patti
is the
LaBelle
one who
on
puts
the
all of the
Billy
money
Christmas album?
forward to brands for everybody who comes to hear the music.
It's Broadway, dude. They have lights.
They've just renamed their main concert hall to be. It's a beautiful historic building, despite its lack of a famous theme song, of course, like the YMCA. The most interesting thing about the Gershwin YMHA building is that that's how the bar got that name. Other than apparently
It's a
that
bar
was
called
the
Dirty
password to get
Frank's.
inside. You had to tell them Dirty Franks to get inside of the speakeasy.
Wow.
Check out the
Frank
building here.
Sinatra,
On
y'all
our
recognize
left,
L. Franklin
see how
Roosevelt
many
right there?
famous Franks you can recognize.
Where does it say? I'm missing it.
That's
The lab is the Pennsylvania Hospital, which is the oldest hospital in the United States. And their courtyard holds beautiful statutes to help keep the bricks in alignment and help keep the buildings still standing so we can still enjoy them. Coming up on the lab is the three options. You can smoke opium and walk high, drink alcohol and get blackout drunk before your surgery, or if you were a Quaker, they would typically choose the third option. Coming up on our right, we're going to see there is a historic church, the Mother of Bethel. Right here at this intersection, you'll see the beautiful historic church. This is one of the oldest beautiful historic graveyard. This is the so-called Church of the Patriots, the old Pine Street Church. And so many of the founding fathers worshipped here, including George Washington, whose name you will still see inside, written on one of the pews. Coming up next on the right side is another historic graveyard. This church was favored by the Loyalists, who fought on the other side of the war. They maintained their loyalty to Great Britain, and so they would worship here at the Church of England, the Anglican Church. And coming up on our left, you can see the plaque here for the historic house of Tadeusz
Marissa's dodging
Kościuszko.
trees.
He was the Polish military
got hit.
engineer who fought in the War Street in Philadelphia because the Quakers thought nothing should come first before God, but they decided to name the street Front Street after the waterfront. Be careful of the trees here for a
Oh,
moment.
look, the ships. Hey, you
Once
see
we
this?
get past the trees, we're going to see the massive ships docked in our harbor. The most famous ship here is the USS Olympia, which is Garden State, our wonderful neighbor, New Jersey. There are two bridges that are for importing and exporting goods, and they were right, but it was inconvenient for the spread of disease. People would dump their trash into the river, and therefore many people in this area got very sick.
Dock
With a
Street
weak
used to be
understanding of
Dock
disease and
Creek.
its causes, the best solution way, Dock Street still stands out. The one thing that is still remarkable
Dock
about
Street
it and sets it
bends and
apart as
turns, and
having
it's not
clearly
part of any
been
grid
one of our
because
historic
it used to be a river.
non-streets, something that wasn't always a street. Coming up here on our right, take a look down. In front of it, you can see the plaza is paved with cobblestone, which is not the same thing as Belgian block. It is made of naturally occurring stones, which varies who they were thinking
like that
about
one that we
when they
watched
originally
the
paved
The
streets
Ritz
in
5
these historic
movies.
neighborhoods. On our right, Exchange Building. And on our left, check out the Nelson Building. Looks very left, the Bicentennial Bell, which was made for the Bicentennial in 1976, but it's being renovated and being given a beautiful new home here in preparation for the upcoming. The Science History Institute has some great exhibits on the history of plastic and how plastic changed the world, as well as an exhibit on synthetic. North Philly, a South Philly, and a West Philly, but there is no East Philly. The eastern part of Philadelphia is known as Old City. This is the part of the city that was closer to the Atlantic Ocean, so this is where the European settlers first started to arrive and first started to build in their style of architecture. So this is obviously Old City.
Angry Joe's Hot Chicken.
It has a lot of awesome restaurants as well. Still in business as a post office.
Look at this post office.
And see if you can peek through the archway and see what is inside there.
Oh,
that area is
look in the
called
archway.
Franklin Court, and that is the site of Benjamin Franklin's original home.
Oh.
The original building is no longer still standing, but you can go and see there is a sort of recreation of it there.
That's the Ben Franklin post office that he ran.
There is a museum dedicated to Franklin's life and legacy, which is only $5 a ticket for the European Jewish immigrants. Coming up on our left,
Did you hear
you
that?
can see another reconstructed
I smell
sort of
kombucha.
building here. This was the
Look, guys,
President's
that's it.
White House, where the first two American presidents lived when Philadelphia was the capital. George Washington and John Adams both lived here, and so did George Washington's slaves, who he actually brought with him from Virginia to work for him here in the president's mansion. They rang on a lot of other more mundane government occasions, though. They rung for all kinds of stuff, and just through gradual wear and tear over time, it eventually developed its famous crack that can no longer be rung since the 19th century. In front of us here on our left, this building with the big white spire is Independence Hall. This is where the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence were first signed, about 10 years apart by the many famous signers. On the right of the building here is Congress Hall, which is where the representatives and senators used to meet, right here outside of Independence Hall. In a minute here, when we turn, we're going to get a closer look at some of these buildings. Lower level of this building, look through the glass and should be able to see the Liberty Bell is right inside of there.
Liberty Bell's in there.
A little bit hard to see because it's very sunny today, but you can.
That was amazing. That was awesome, wasn't it? I think we got a little cooked, but that was cool. Highly recommend. It is hard to get onto the bus at first, and you kind of have to wait and make your way up to the top. So just be aware. It was really cool. It was awesome. Would recommend.
What did I do with that building now? Anything in there?
Sledgehammer, and he wanted to ring the bell. I'm pretty sure he was a Cowboys fan. And he did ring the bell. And so now all that security. But the bell is a very powerful symbol. This is where the Second Continental Congress meets. This is where the Declaration of Independence is signed. This is where the Articles of Confederation and the Constitution are adopted. Find those two white doors in the center there. They say that those doors are where the very first peaceful transition of power takes place. Now, when John Adams is elected president in 1796, after all the ceremony is over, everybody goes to exit the building. George Washington has been exiting the building first for some time now, so forgive him. John Adams has just been elected, and he's kind of feeling himself. Adams quickly realizes his place, and so he steps back to allow George Washington to pass. George Washington also steps back and says, "After you, Mr. President." The three curtains that you see on your left there, that's the Assembly Room. And that is where 56 of our nation's bravest founding fathers meet to commit treason against the most powerful empire around. And in early July of 1776, there is a document put before these men declaring independence. I cannot stress it enough. Many of them are hesitant and wary to sign this document. And we are not convinced we can win a war with England, and pretty well convinced that to sign this document is to sign their lives away. Nobody wants to be the first person to sign. The oldest man in the room is Benjamin Franklin. He is 70 years old. His body is riddled with gout. He has arthritis and gallstones. He's using a cane. Nobody's signing. Benjamin Franklin slowly rises to his feet. He wraps his cane on the table and he says, "If we shall not all hang together today, gentlemen, we shall all most assuredly hang separately." They sign that document. 4 days later, July 8, 1776, they ring the Liberty Bell, which would have been housed up here. They ring it non-stop for an hour, and they summon the entire town to come to the State House. There's big news to be had. The townspeople come and they fill this field right here. And when they do, those two white doors open, and a man named Colonel John Nixon marches out, and he reads the Declaration of Independence to the public for the very first time. All right, they are fired up by the time he's finished reading. A mob storms Independence Hall, rips the King's coat of arms off the wall, carries it up Market Street to Center Square, and sets the king's coat of arms on fire. Fire has been started. Take a deep breath. Tour has concluded. Before I let you guys go, Founding Footsteps is a really small company.
Uh-oh, the Independence Hall Wawa.
I just met her.
Look at that, man. That's the fanciest Wawa of all time. They're all like this in spirit. Are they?
Yes.
My first Wawa, the best Wawa.
I'm not fine. I don't want to eat too late.
You having a good time, Cake?
Great time.
Baby boy's out cold. This Wawa right in the middle of downtown is amazing. Oh yeah. Look at that bad boy. Look at that mango passion fruit refresher. Yeah.
I know my underwear is hanging out in the back. I don't really care because it's black. My pants are black.
This is the line to get in and see the Liberty Bell. It is a long line today, but we saw it through the window. All right, y'all watch. Chris is gonna jump on this 3 times. Wow. It's Jefferson's house.
You guys, wow.
Can we cry? Look at this. Declaration House. Penned the Declaration of Independence on this site, 1976. This is where he wrote it. $1776.
Lit brother.
Egg on top okay with that?
Yep.
Can I have your name?
NESSEO. Sweet Teas Bakery.
A sweet one. I don't think I understand how to eat this.
Honey boat.
Do you take like
Honey
the bread and
cheese
dip
boat.
it in there? Like, do you?
I think you just go at it.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. I don't.
There's the end of the cheese boat. This is the honeycomb one. It's delicious. Look at that. Honeycomb.
Philly cheesesteak.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Sweet, savory, Georgian, cheesy.
Georgia?
Delicious. Georgian authentic pear lemonade. I don't taste any lemonade. It tastes like a pear soda. That is delicious. Can't go to Philly without going to the Eagles Stadium.
Thank you so much.
Heck yeah, boy. Go Birds. Is this it? Wow. So cool. This is the Eagles Pro Shop inside the stadium. Wow. I bet you can't even get a Jason Kelce. No ball.
Marina gets some big buckets too, but Angel, she's very mobile, she's aggressive. Her field goal percentage.
I cannot get this lady out of here. She's buying the whole store.
I'm not buying. I'm buying sale.
The whole sales store. All right, we got a buddy named Justin. And Justin claims that this place, D'Alessandro's, is the best cheesesteak in all of Philly. Jason Kelce also said it's the best cheesesteak. It was on his like last meal. But it's like super tricky to get to. We had to drive pretty far out of downtown Philly and go through this one-way street. We're gonna give it a go.
The following customers are ready for pickup. Amber tea.
No. There he is.
The baby.
He got the baby.
Got the baby. Cash only.
Woo.
This is a good idea. This is a really good idea.
Hey, he hit.
Philadelphia Girls Rowing Club.
Heck yeah.
Which one did you have to make up?
She says he's gonna do nothing.
You guys know who Gritty is? But he's gonna give them back tomorrow. No, they're over there.
Look at that guy.
Hey, baby.
Woo! This Jason Kelce says this is the mother of all Philly cheesesteaks. All right.
Yeah.
That might have been a cardinal sin right there.
Hey, sweetie buddy. Let's see it. Let me see.
Savory, oniony, mayonnaise-y, beefy. It's delicious, actually. Look at this wallpaper. We had no idea this was a Disney resort. Look, hidden Mickeys. Hidden Mickeys. Here's that sweet potato cheesecake. And I'm not gonna lie, I already ate one. These are amazing. Everybody needs to go and check out Sweet Tea's Bakery in the Reading Terminal Market. Little nighttime exploration going down. Where are we going, ladies?
Hey, it's the last night. I want to walk.
Kelsey's looking to run into something crazy out here tonight. She hadn't seen anything crazy enough today. Oh, you look like a straight up.
Philadelphia?
Is that girl from Philly? Yo, do you see that John back there? What time does Macy's close? That's beautiful. St. John the Evangelist.
We had boba in this corner shop.
Oh yeah?
It was so good.
That guy, the Boba King?
Yes.
We can't breathe, but is it worth still going in there?
Absolutely.
All right.
You ever heard of Boba Fett?
Oh yeah.
Legend says this is his father.
This guy,
This is his father.
Boba Fett's father.
Boba Fett's father?
Nice. Look how pretty it is, you guys. Last night in Philly. This is gorgeous.
Back to the dump where we came from.
It's just cool to see.
It's pretty nice. Bro, such an old school. What was this before? What was it before? Before Macy's.
We got Sears.
No way.
Ornaments. This is where we stood right here to watch
What
it.
was this before?
Don't know. But it's marvelous.
Wow.
It's just something you have to at least come in.
Over a century, he's been right here. That's cool. In the middle of Macy's in Philadelphia, the Grand Court Eagle.
Listen. Got you. I made it different this time.
Yeah, during the Christmas thing. Stunning. It's the largest municipal building in the world.
Yeah. So pretty. I don't want to sit here and stare at it.
Construction right now. Invented the price tag. Wow.
Yeah, let me go to the shop.
Yes.
Oh, there's skating down here.
What is that car? All right, that about does it for Philly. We are tuckered out and we are gonna get ready for Scranton tomorrow, so we'll make that a separate video. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.